get real with you. Houseboating was not just a houseboating trip. This houseboating trip was like, not initiation, but like and not a test of, but it was a test of sorts, sort of. So I'll explain. The world's fucked up, right? I think we all know that by now, and if you don't know that, just listening to my brakes. I haven't driven my car for a week, sorry. Anyways, if you don't know the world's fucked up, then you're not paying attention at all. And you might have a fucking Ukrainian flag on your fucking car or house if you don't know what's going on. And if you don't understand how the world's fucked up. Anyways. So this week, we just spent a week of seeing how people live and how people react and how people act around a bunch of different situations. So the trip went like this. I was picked up by one of my best friends, Scott, with Devlin, and it was like fucking 6 a.m., maybe 5:45 a.m. No, I think it was like 6:15 on last Saturday. So he picked us up. So Scott picked us up on Saturday last week at like 6 a.m. And then we went to Tim Hortons nearby and we got gas, and I paid him $150 for gas and like to get there and back, so that's like a good deal, I'd say. So we went and we started driving to BC, and we all met. I'm jumping the gun a lot, so we all met at the shoe swap after a 6-hour drive with Scott and Dev. And by all, I mean, at first it was Jesse and Lorenda, our friends, and their friends Maureen and Hazel were there, and then Chris and Sam, they were on our boat, the people I just said, and Sanjay. So that was our boat. It was 10 people, and then Sanjay left after 2 days, because that's just what he does, I don't know. So we all got to this port where we dock and stuff like that, and we load our stuff into quads that have quad like trailer things to shuttle back and forth a bunch of stuff, because we have so much stuff to last like a whole week, like food, sheets, blankets, pillows, clothing. I brought way too many shoes and way too many clothing. As I was saying, we all got to dock and we all put our stuff in these quads, and then they all shuttled us to the boat, and then we all offloaded from the quads to the boat, and then we started putting our stuff away on the boats. And as I said already, it was Jesse, Lorenda, me, Dev, Hazel, Maureen, Sanjay, oh, and Gareth. I forgot about him earlier in this list, but that was the people on my boat. And so we all started putting our stuff away, and then we boarded, and then the boys, Jesse and Devlin, they were the captain and co-captain, and they did like this big check, and while they were doing that, I was filming stuff on the boat. And then we just had like a good chill day. We started moving eventually, and our friends were not far behind us. On their boat was Catherine and Joe. They were the captain and co-captain. I almost said pilot. So Catherine and Joe were the captain and co-captain, and then there was Jake, Lindsay, Jeff, Alyssa, Eve, Jessica, Jack, Scott, Emma, Carrie, Vicky, and I think that's it. I might not have everyone in this list. It's hard to keep track. But they all left a few hours later, so I was calling them on the water and stuff to tell them where we were going. And then we all were planning to go to the one spot, and then the other boat went to this party beach. Our boat was like not into partying that much, so we did not go to the party beach. So the other boat went to Nelson Beach, and they partied all night, and they had a good time, obviously. And our boat, I can't remember what we did the first night, but our boat did not like party. It was just like a chill atmosphere. But we couldn't see our friends, so that sucked. And our boat was kind of pissed about that, because we were all supposed to be here together or whatever. And it kind of like set the mood for the rest of the trip. So that kind of sucked. And I'm not going to explain more, because I'm sure that people are going to watch this that are from the trip. But there was drama that had ensued then back to what I was saying in the first place. So this week was like a not test, but like we were definitely analyzing and like seeing how people were acting and reacting to certain things and stimuli and conflict and stuff like that. And yeah, so since the world's hell in a handbasket, we're gonna maybe start another like society. And after seeing how people were acting this week, I think some people will not be invited to these meetings that we're about to have. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on YouTube for now. But it was an amazing vacation. I liked it a lot. I had a very good time, and I learned a lot about a lot of people that I thought I had just like had figured out. You know what I mean? Like I thought I knew all my friends. I thought I knew them like very well, and I thought I could like see how they lived without actually having to experience it. But then turns out first time experience it, I learned so much. Like they all live differently. Not all. Some people live a lot differently than I was expecting, and they don't align with their personality that much. So that's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's a human experience. I'm really glad that I've had a week vacation. It doesn't really feel like a week long. It feels like shorter and longer at the same time. I'm kind of sad to be home, to be honest. Like, it's not a fun place to be back driving around the hoods that I grew up in and stuff like that. But it is what it is. What are you gonna do, right? I'm really not a fan of driving, and that's what I'm doing right now. But I'm gonna grab an iced coffee, and I'm gonna stop driving eventually. So for now, I'm gonna just turn off this video, and I want to tell you more about shit like this later, but I just don't want to talk right now. So I'll talk to you in a bit.